and especially to our DPW workers who worked so hard through this storm to keep us safe, to keep the roads clear. And unfortunately, we're back here because at between 3 and 4 today, we're going to get some rain, and it's going to continue for the next almost 15 hours. We're going to have 2 to 4 inches of rain. And as you all know, in this city, we have a stormwater infrastructure that was created 100 years ago for storms that were hitting 100 years ago. And in the last few years, because of climate change, we just continue to see more and more violent and dangerous storms. And so we are asking residents to again work with us to work together as the storm comes in. You know, check the grates on your street, in your neighborhood, to make sure they're clear of snow, clear of debris. If you can't clear them yourself, call 311 and get the city involved in it, because we need to keep those clear so that water can drain. Check your you know, your drainage at home as well. Check your gutters. Try to clear any debris you can. It's going to take all of us working together again to get through this. And both Janice and Judith are going to come up in a minute and talk about what residents can do to keep your own home safe. But before they do, I'm going to have our acting director of DPW speak to you about what the city's doing to prepare for this storm. And before he comes up, I just want to say our DPW workers during the storm each worked at least 24 hours, many of them more than 24 hours straight, to keep you guys safe, to keep our streets clean. And after a 24-hour shift last night, they were back out there clearing snow ahead of this storm to make sure that we'd be safe when the rain comes. And then tonight into tomorrow, they're going to be working overnight again for our residents. And so I just want to say to Chris Hayes, to our DPW team, and to everybody who's working in the city of Hartford, thank you so much for your effort. Thank you so much on behalf of residents for everything you're doing, working hard this week to keep us all safe, to keep us all dry, to keep us all warm. So thank you, Chris, and I'll have you come up and talk about what the city's doing.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good morning, everyone. As the mayor pointed out, we're looking at a storm system that should enter Hartford somewhere after 3 o'clock this afternoon. We're expecting the most severe weather to come in after 9 p.m. and before 4 a.m. We're expecting 2 to 4 inches of rain, and then another issue for us is the resulting snow melt that will occur during the storm. As the mayor said before, we had snow clearing crews out last night during third shift, removing large piles of snow from our downtown areas and from around the city and those more congested arteries for traffic. And today we have street crews out working on catch basins and other drainage infrastructure, as well as city plumbers. This evening we will have our city electricians, our forestry teams and contractors, and our streets team out in force to help with any flooding down trees or any issues that arise due to this storm. I should also say that we are expecting sustained winds overnight of up to 30 miles an hour, with gusts reaching 50 miles an hour or above. Thank you.
Thank you. You know, as you can see, the city is ready. We're prepared for this storm, but we need each of you to help us out as well and to take part in this effort. And so I'm going to ask Judith Rothschild to come up and talk about what residents can be doing to get ready for this storm. Judith, as many of you knew her as our blight director in the city, working really tirelessly to take care of problem properties across the city. She's now in a new role as Director of License and Inspections, where she also oversees our housing enforcement, and I want to welcome up Judith.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, everyone. As indicated, we have a storm coming that requires us all to take good attention to the things that could cause bigger problems to us than necessary. So to landlords out there, I would ask that you make sure to look at the flat roofs in particular in your buildings if you have that. They are not meant to hold standing water. They will have standing water due to the rain. They will also have standing water due to the snow melt. So those that have roofs like that need to make sure that the roof drains are in fact clear. That could prevent roof failure. That could prevent leaks into the building. both of which can cause a lot of monetary damage and inconvenience and disruption to the people living in your buildings. To the tenants in those same buildings, please make sure that you report any active leaks as quickly as you can to your landlord, and if they are not responsive, to make sure that you contact the city. We will send out housing officials or building officials as needed to respond to you on a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week basis to anything that you need immediate attention to. And also to the landlords and tenants, if you have access to the basement of your property, please make sure to take a look and make sure that any windows that might have been left open during seasonable weather are in fact closed. Make sure that any pipes that may be next to a wall are insulated so that we don't get broken pipes in freezing weather, which is another consistent problem in the freezing temperatures that we continue to get. Thank you very much. I appreciate your attention on these matters.
Thank you, Judith. And you know, while DPW was working extra hours during the storm, 311 also pulled extra shifts on Sunday to keep the lines open and stay in communication with our residents. And as many of you know, our 311 line and our community engagement is run by Janice Castle, who goes above and beyond all the time to stay in contact with our residents. So I'm going to ask Janice to come up.
Thank you, Mayor. Unfortunately, one of the things that we do know here in the city is that we get flooding when there is heavy rain. Fortunately for us in the city, we know we get flooding when we get heavy rain. And so we know some of the problem areas. So we're just reminding residents, please, turn around, don't drown. If you know these problem areas, if you have pictures and want to send it in to us at 311, we get a lot of photos through our 311 Facebook page at Hartford 311. And just a reminder that we are here to answer questions if you want to call in to us. You can also sign up for the city's email alert system, and that's hartfordct.gov/email me, so that you can sign up for our email distribution list. If you also want to sign up for the city's emergency alert system, we made it very easy, hartfordct.gov/alertme, and so just easy ways to sign up for our notification system. There will be an email going out later today with some advisory, some safety tips, some of what you heard Judith mention today, as well as phone numbers, whether it's for MDC or Eversource, reminding folks that if they do have an emergency after hours, they can call if it's not necessary for 911, if you're looking for a housing inspector, you can call the non-emergency line at Hartford Police Department, and they will get an inspector out to you. So all of that useful information will go out to our residents later today. And just a reminder, you can still sign up to get those alerts, and the information will also be posted on our Facebook and our Twitter pages.
Thank you, Janice. Just to underscore, if you're driving around and you see a street that's flooded, turn around. Don't drive down that street. Don't be one of those people in the news story. And if you see a downed wire, especially around water, stay far away from it. Call it in. And same with downed trees in your neighborhood. Make sure you call those in, and get your basements ready for this as well. And with that, thank you to my team. I'm happy to take any questions.
So, Mr. Mayor, as you and Janice both mentioned, despite all the mitigation efforts, Hartford is pretty notorious for flooding, whether it's the North End or the Blue Hills neighborhood. So if residents do have some monetary damage from this storm, whatever it may be, is there any recourse or anything available to them?
Yeah, the fund that is managed by the comptroller's office it continues to be in operation. I think the comptroller has a press conference about that tomorrow, but it's administered through Blue Hills Civic Association, and so residents can reach out and try to get compensation for that. But let's be proactive, and let's